Welcome to the Banker Advice website, www.bankeradvice.com. As a financial services institution, be you a bank, credit union, mortgage company, or other financial institution provider, frequently you're faced with the decision of looking up new products or new services, either because it's something you don't currently have, or it's that time of year where due diligence requires you to go out and look at other solutions to ensure the regulators that you're picking the right solution and running the right solution for all the right reasons. Banker Advice is the tool that will provide you that gateway to the answers to those questions. And what are those questions? Well, who are the vendors? Well, what are the products that they provide? Well, what kind of categories do they offer? What's their price? Can I get some more information? Let's take a walk through the Banker Advice website so you can see how you will use this to find out this information from vendors who have joined our website as preferred providers or who are out there as listings of information for you to search on. We're looking for you to find the best solution, obviously, for your financial institution, to give you the ability to not only research your solution, but request a proposal, find out what others are saying about it, and making that delineation between that service provider as to whether you're a credit union needing a specific solution for credit unions, or a mortgage company, or a bank, or another fintech provider. We categorize all the information about the vendors because not everybody knows a vendor by name. Not everybody knows what types of products they're offering or what their product name is, because in the industry, vendors like to name their product very unique things that describe what the product does, or maybe something unique that has absolutely nothing to do with a financial institution's thought process, but they will have something called a category. Anything they come up with as a product is going to fall into one of our many categories. This is just a sample of some of the categories, and there's a more detailed category list that we can look at. But if somebody's looking for lending solutions, or they're looking for statement printing options or teller systems, or what if they're looking for leasing? All this information is out there, and you don't have to know who the leasing company is or who the consulting company is or what the name of their product is. All you have to know is I want to look at somebody that provides consulting services so you can determine which one is best for you. So in Banker Advice, what we'd like to say is that we're basically that clearinghouse for all that information between the financial institutions and the vendors. And we provide individual pictures, we provide individual website information, and we also provide individual videos for you to look at as you're seeking out the individual vendor to find more information about their product or service. We have many people, as we have products, as we have services that utilize our system and become preferred vendors, and those as preferred vendors are providing information over and above all other listings. Here's some of the people that are currently preferred vendors that are on our website and have joined Banker Advice. But as you look at this information, the vendors are going to be interested in how they're being presented, and you need to be able to find that information. And sometimes finding that information, as I said, is a challenge because of knowing where to look. Well, we think we can make a different set of places for you to look. You can look on social media, Facebook. You can look on Instagram. You can look on LinkedIn. You can look at newsletters. You look at quarterly magazines. We provide all that type of information so that the vendor can get that information out to you. But you don't always have that time to just go out there searching magazines and flipping through pages. So what we want to make it easy for you is have you be able to search on what it is that you want. What if you're looking for a solution for disaster recovery? The vendors listed for disaster recovery provide different products and services and capabilities. You've got the examiners coming in. You want to show them that you've done your due diligence on disaster recovery solutions. The one that you've picked is the right one. And you can actually go out there and see who the disaster recovery providers are. And if they're one of our preferred vendors, as you can see with the check mark, it means that they have additional products and services and additional discounts that may be offered to you by seeking out their solution. So if you go out to whoever this individual may be, and see this listing of all these different ones. You may know them by name, or you may know them by product, but you say, okay, I know this Cloud Technologies. Let me click on them. And then you're brought to an information page that's going to show you something about their product. And it's going to show you what their product is, tell you how their product's been rated, and actually show you some testimonials from customers who are currently using this vendor and what they think of the vendor and what they think of the products and what they think of the services. So as this information is provided to you, you can look at it. You can say, you know what, I want to go out and see if there's a video on these people. And if there's a video, there's a video. You could click on the video and it will tell you some information about the product. The videos are typically from 3 to 5 minutes long, and they go into great detail. Or you can say, no, you know what, I'd like a proposal. And when you send this information to the vendor, they're going to provide back to you information. It'll start that communication process, listing for you who the contact information is at the vendor, who's going to be calling you. They'll probably send you out some information and marketing slicks for you to review. But they're going to call you on the phone. We're going to call, and we're going to make sure that you're in touch with this vendor and that they're showing you the solution that you're looking for so you can make that purchase decision. But as you go back to the information, you can also say, you know what, I'd like to go out and see what their website looks like. Because again, remember, in BankerAdvice, what we're trying to show you is that initial gateway look at the different vendors that are out there, the different products. But if you want to see all the case studies, if you want to see all the detailed information, if you want to see all the parameters and controls and things like that that the vendor wants you to see, you can go out and actually visit their website. So when you click on their website, we're going to take you out to their live website where you can look around, see the information, interact with them, as you can see in this website, leave them a message, or you can just basically come back to us and just say, you know what, just send this information for them to contact me, and then I'll go from there. So again, in BankerAdvice's look, what we're trying to say is if you're smart enough to know all the vendors by name that you're looking for, if you knew, in fact, that Cloud was the one you wanted, well, then when you bring up Cloud, it's going to show you. But it's also going to show you other vendors. So you don't have to just grab this vendor. You can go look at another vendor. You can click on their product or service and see their offerings. So you have the control in this entire process of, one, being able to go out there and search and see who these vendors are. Two, request a proposal or contact information from the vendor so that you can show your due diligence, so you can see the accurate listing of all the products and services they offer, so you can begin that communication process and find out if they have the solution that you want. You need to remember that there are a lot of vendors out there. Matter of fact, we have over 1,400 vendors listed. And you know what? They all have products. Sometimes it seems like an unending amount, but believe me, they have products. We have over 4,000 products. And those 4,000 products listed for those vendors here on the BankerAdvice website, for you to page through each one of them and find out what you want would be a little cumbersome. But to have you page through the categories of products, to go look at something like CRM and say, you know what, I need some CRM solutions. Well, we can bring that up for you so you can actually see who these CRM solution providers are. Contact, like I said, a couple of them, look at their information, determine if there's somebody you want to take that next step with, and then go back to the listing and say, you know what, let me go try these people. So you're in control. That additional control is you have the ability to call BankerAdvice and ask us for recommendations. And if you call us, we will give you that listing of the vendors or the providers that meet the needs that you're looking for. BankerAdvice is a wide open website for you to use. You can go out there today to www.bankeradvice.com and you can navigate yourself around. Go in there and see some different vendors and different products. Take a look at the wealth of information that we provide. And remember that BankerAdvice is looking to be a partner for you and the vendor to put you together to get the best solution for the best price that exactly meets the needs of your institution. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day.